is a Bissell Crosswave Cordless and a bag of stuff that goes with it. Yeah, I was given this a little while ago by Mr. Jake, who said he's owned it since new, not used it very much, and then it stopped working. I think it stopped charging before it actually stopped working. Doesn't accept a charge, so I've done nothing with it really. Thought I'd wait for this video, and here we are now. So let's look at this battery powered hard floor and rug cleaner and see if we can't get it to work. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? Yes, this is the direct competitor to my Tinko Floor 1 S3, because this doesn't work. No, literally, you put it on the charger and it does nothing, although we haven't done any, well, I haven't done any troubleshooting yet. We shall do that during this video. If we take off the very large water tank there, that is huge, and immediately better than the Tinko Floor 1 S3's setup, because you can, drain it out, you can rinse out and empty the clean water tank, which you can't do very easily on the Tinko. These are its credentials. It is a 2582E from somewhere, I don't know how to read a Bissell ratings plate. Hopefully somebody does. If we come down to here, we have the dirty water container, has its filter inside of it, which is very clean. It all smells a bit musty, but equally, I'm sure it was in use when it died, so we can sort that out when we've sorted it out. And yeah, inside there, there's a little strainer. You can pull all the bits out that you pick up. That's novel, isn't it? And yeah, nice little float device on there. Very nice indeed. Apart from that, it's down to here now, and I don't actually know how to take all this apart. I haven't really looked into it yet, but I'm sure we'll work it out. I'm sure it's very easy, because yeah, part of it is that you can clean it. Here we have the brush roll, which is immediately a lot thicker than the Tinko's and has bristles in it, which is probably going to make it really quite nice to use. You can also see is lots of evidence of water egress or ingress on the whole thing. How does this come off? It must push. Who knows? We'll worry about that later. There's also a bag of stuff. We should always have a look at the bag of stuff, shouldn't we? We have its dock, which we'll need to have a look at, because it also has its power charger on it. And yeah, just like Tinko, they use cheap, generic bulk chargers. Although 42 volts, crikey, if this is broken, that's going to be... I've got a 42 volt charger. In here we have, not a lot actually, we have two more filters. One looks brand new and never used. One looks very used and not brand new. And an ickle tiny little measuring jug. Don't appear to have anything else, any of the bits that clip onto the side of here, like I see Mr. Hooverlux has on his Corded one. Who really cares about that? This is the important bit, in theory. It sits on there and charges. And it sits in there and charges by, I think actually, just a barrel plug put inside of this. And I want to get the barrel plug out of this so that we can plug it in and shove a multimeter up of it and see if it is indeed spitting out 40 or so volts. I'm going to get some tools and we'll get this apart. with our barrel plug nicely extracted, we can put the neutral on the outside, put this down the middle and see that yes indeed 42.1 volts. It's never the charger, is it? Ever. So that means that, well, we can rule out the entire base station now because it's not that. We need to have a look in here, and guess we should start by taking the battery off. In fact, the first thing I'm going to do before we go much further is actually plug the barrel jack in directly, just in case it's not sitting right in the dock. And I'm hoping that I can push it in there. Oh, we have. Oh, that's more than it did before. Are you going to stand up? Right. Oh, okay. Maybe all of this stuff is worn. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. I'm going to leave it like that for a long while actually. In fact, it stopped flashing already. Who knows? Give it 10 minutes, we'll see if it sparks into life. Or sparks. Well, a couple of hours later, I filmed a few videos, had something to eat, and I don't know, our battery icon has not moved. Let's unplug the charger. I'm supposed to push hard floor or area rug to start, and I'm pushing everything and nothing is working. So I do believe that we have a problem elsewhere other than, you know, the dock or similar. So I can't take the big handle off. All we're going to do now is have a look at the battery, which I think involves in moving all of these screws. With the back off, just pulls out, all the screws fall apart. We can see our battery, which is actually held in with even more screws that I didn't really see before pressing go. Otherwise, we would have had those out as well. Put those to one side. Here is our lot, really. There's not a lot here to say what we should be doing. Can we pull the wires, or is it all going to be crimped and soldered together? Yeah, I don't think we can even get this all out. So here's our battery. It's probably fine as well. Look, from 2019. How interesting. Less than 2 years old on this thing. Bless it. Ugh. Right, I think we've got to go a bit further because I can't see anything here that's going to, I mean, we could plug this back in and see if it's as simple as that, but I doubt it is. Oh, where's the charger? I should have thrown it over there. No, it's still the same red light. It's actually just blinked on and then blinked off again, but it was the same red light that came up and isn't on now, so oh dear, oh dear. Right, I'm going to come back when we're a bit more advanced. Well, I've got the back off, I mean, it's very, very difficult, but yeah. But I still can't separate anything. It's all still very much hardwired, and oh, I can't be bothered to break out the soldering iron, so we'll leave it for now. I'll wait until it's unbearable. Still trying to find something of note. I've had a look at that little circuit board. That's just the main power to the motor, so that's not doing much. What's under here? Well, there is another PCB. Is it just going to lift out? It is. Oh, once I've released all of the no. Well, that's going to be easy to unplug. Oh, they don't unplug from the board. They're not socketed. Oh, wow. Okay. Who knows if this is ever going to go back together anyway, quite frankly. Can we just get to... Well, here is our main circuit board, and I can't see anything irretrievably damaged or anything at all the matter really, so that's interesting. What else is there? There is, oh, hang on. There is a bit of corrosion up here, look. Just by the switch. I think we're going to have to unwire everything anyway, because... well, you can't unwire it. It's all attached. This is horrible. But... if we... oh God, we've got to remove this little circuit board as well. So that I can lift out this switch to see if... there's a little bit of water next to the on-off switch itself, but the battery's plugged in, so I've got to be really careful. But it certainly hasn't broken anything off. I don't think that's the problem, quite honestly. I don't think that's the reason. But there's nothing else. I don't think. That's the water motor. I mean, this all looks fine. No blown solder joints to note. I'll have a closer look off camera, I guess, but well, we may as well carry on removing stuff. Because at the very least, this is scrap anyway. Even if we can get it working. Are you going to come off? Oh no, look, I've missed a screw. What's hiding under here? We have our main motor, and that's it. Yeah, our main motor, nothing else. I mean, unless these are fuses, but then that only goes up to the motor. So even if they were fuses, it doesn't really make sense that it would stop the whole thing from working, but hey, what do I know? Let's continuity test these and see. Yeah, they've both got continuity anyway. And the plug goes straight into the battery, so again, I can't even really measure the, plug loom. What have we got? 36 volts. Oh, you said 40. I don't even know where the flipping power cables for the battery go. What have we got? Well, the only ones that are still connected are these orange and black wires. And they go here. What voltage does the battery have? 0. 0.5, not a lot. Maybe that is our problem, maybe the battery's just not charging. Yeah, literally 0.5 volts, this thing is dead. Maybe I do need to leave it to charge for longer than an hour. Maybe it's so dead. There is nothing else at all on this that could possibly be causing an issue. I don't think it's going to be down here by the motor itself. It's going to be on one of these boards, and these boards and all these connectors are fine. So I don't know really. I guess I'll put it back together and leave it on charge for a long time and see if it does anything and come back. Hello! It's summer now. It's been a little while since I filmed anything on this yet, and I'm sure, or as I hope, because it's it, you've been screaming at me, these are just awful things to find spares for. I mean, impossible. Literally, there are a couple of, it's a recline, look, there's a couple of body onlys of these with none of the bottom end, no tanks, no battery, for like £70, and that's not a gamble that I want to make for something that's probably got the same issue. These strike me as just one of those cheap cleaners that is going to be a problem. So I think this is the end of the line for this as it is. I'm going to do far better putting all the very nice spares just on a nice cheap listing on eBay, get them off to a good home. And I do have a slight thought about using the rest of this machine for something, but we'll do that in another video. I'll just have to wrap this one up because there's enough footage of another dead case, nothing we can do about it, cordless vacuum cleaner. We've had too much of those. Sorry Birdie, we've had too much of those recently. It's getting me down. I thought these cordless cleaners were supposed to be better for the environment than corded ones, but I don't know, I thrown away a lot more plastic than I think I should have done with a battery attached to it. Hey ho, some people would say that that's just my problem and nobody else should care. But I try my best. Sadly, this is not going to be living as is, but hey, we may find something to do with it in the future. No. Yeah. So, thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry if you have your own Bissell Crosswave Cordless that you were hoping that the ugly weird man would help you fix. I can't. I'm not that advanced in board repair and component testing. You know, if there's voltage going into it, there isn't power coming out of it. That is unfortunately the limit of my talent, and I'll be honest, probably the limit of a fair few other people's talent as well. So, hey ho, another failure. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and hey, you're going to comment down below now about all the ways I could have fixed this, but it's probably not going to be around by the time this video goes out, so hey ho, what can you do? Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.